racer himself at Wall Stadium. He's one of the top fabricators and setup specialists for many race teams at Wall. And his father, Al Voorhees Sr., raced at East Windsor, at Wall Stadium, Nazareth Speedway in Pennsylvania. So it's a real family deal, and young Jonathan is really looking forward to it. He's a high school student at Howell High School, and looking forward to actually racing at Wall Stadium. The dream's going to come true for him at Turkey Derby weekend. Kid karts, these are, as the name implies, they're champ karts, but very restricted, and these are for kids as young as like 5 years old. Brittany Fox was the winner there. The Sportsman Red Kart went to Ron Fries Jr., another second generation. His dad is Ron Fries, former Wall Stadium street stock champion, who now races in the modifieds, and Ronnie Jr., carrying on the family tradition. Senior champ kart was Will Cloud. He was the winner. Junior gold kart was Stephen Forgus IV. And we have a division there for the Sunday series called the Dart Karts, D-A-R-T, and it stands for Dads Are Racers Too. These are for the dads.
Right in there. All right.
Yeah, they raced the champ karts, and that was won by Brian DeCosta. So real fun day. It was great. Everybody had a really good time, really good atmosphere, and it was a nice series. And again, it's part of the Wall Stadium ladder system, where on the other side of the track is the quarter midgets with the Garden State Quarter Midget Club, and a lot of those kids and a lot of the youngsters from the Sunday series, their goal with their families is to move up and race on the big track, and it really works well. So again, a kid like Jonathan Napolitano, there's a good example. You know, he's been racing the Hornet class with the Sunday series, and you know, couldn't wait to race on the big track, and he'll get his dream come true moment at Turkey Derby. So looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun weekend, and yeah, Turkey Derby's coming up. So it'll be a busy weekend for us and a busy weekend for you guys with the Hot Rod Santa as well.
Oh, yeah.
Wish I could be in two places at once.
Yeah, well, me too. Me too. I wish I was at both.
Does he drive drumstick? No, I don't.
Next year we're going to schedule different. Yes, I'm going to do both. But to your point, I mean, what you're saying, Earl, about all the different classes and how the people grow up. That's kind of like what we were touching on last night. Like sometimes the tracks have too many classes out there.
Yeah.
But you guys have it organized where it's like the kart cars or the Hornets aren't actually conflicting with the modifieds or the street stocks and stuff like that.
Right.
You have it staggered, and that's really nice how the people can graduate from racing go-karts to go all the way up to a modified if they wish. And,
exactly.
And never leave, and it never like steps on. I mean, if you look on Facebook, people are always never happy. But
never.
So you kind of tune that out. But yeah, I love how you have the different classes there. You have a lot of different classes, and the kids can grow at Wall Stadium and go through all the way, progress all the way up, like Andrew Krause.
Right.
Go all the way up that way. So yeah, I really like that. So yeah, cool.
Very good.
But yeah, next year we're definitely going to plan different for Hot Rod Santa Turkey Derby. I never thought I'd say that, but it's
combine the two. Why not?
Yeah,
one could help the other.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Sure.
Yeah, we're going to promote.
It sounds like your event really is good for what you do for the kids with Toys for Tots, and it's really wonderful. So
yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way right now. It's now we got the race cars coming. Dom Antonelli's coming. Glenn McIntyre's bringing his car. Nick was going to work on Kyle Koretsky to see if he'd bring his, but Kyle's always moving 10,000 miles an hour, so I'm not holding my breath, but it would be nice to have him there. I got a couple other guests that showed interest but haven't really confirmed, but it might be a nice surprise.
Oh, that's good.
So, but we like collecting the toys. We like getting together. It's 4 or 5 hours of just tune out, bring toys, do good, have great conversation with people. People you never really saw, they just start conversations and go. I mean, I love watching. I like sitting around, like when we're on air and just looking out at all the people commiserating and all for the cause of bringing toys to the kids.
That's nice. Yes.
And hopefully we can get 6 ABC out there. They contacted me a couple weeks ago, and we've been playing phone tag because I'd like to get some notification that way ahead of time.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be really good.
Because it really is a Lower Bucks community event that everybody looks forward to every year, which when I started it, I never thought it was going to be what it was. It started out as, in Morrisville when I was down there doing the old cars, having pictures with Santa on the hot rods that I was restoring down there. And then once I moved out of there and came back up here, I'm like, okay, well, why don't I put this together with Toys for Tots? And the WBCB is always ready for that. So,
there you go.
Anything we do, charity starts at WBCB here, and then we take it from there. But yeah, we put the two together, and it's been just phenomenal. And this is our 9th annual, and once again, we're going to memorialize a good friend of mine who passed away last year, who was always every year brought so many toys for all the ages, or he brought gift cards. John Lesky Memorial. He would bring probably $2,000-3,000 worth of stuff every year.
Oh my gosh!
And never want any kind of recognition. So right now he's probably shut up.
Yeah,
he's probably have to look
drop another big check on us.
I don't want people to know.
Yeah.
But he was very anonymous, and I love what he did, and I love carrying on his tradition. So
very nice.
So, all right, Earl. Well, we're going to get together. I got a question for you off air. I'll give you a text a little bit later.
Okay, sounds good.
And we'll be talking.
Thank you, Earl.
All right, look forward to the rest of the show this morning. Jim and Fred, always a pleasure. Keep up the good work.
All right,
you too,
thanks,
my
Earl.
man. Thank you so much.
Take care.
There you go, Conduit there. He's on top of his game all the time, got the information and organized.
Oh, they're definitely organized. And the Area Auto Racing News is just a fantastic publication. There's a lot of information in the Area Auto Racing News, whether you get it online or I get the paper. I get it both ways, but I usually just read the paper because I like having my coffee in the morning and reading the paper.
It's also a bonus. It's very good on the air, very well composed. He's organized and everything.
Down at the track, he's very welcoming host. Everybody loves Earl.
It's easier said than done. Yeah, that's no question about that. It's trying to put all that information together.
Very respected individual in the racing community, and
but he loves it. And that comes through.
And we're really looking forward to hooking up with him and Lenny Salmons up at Motorsport this year. Me, Nick, and Kate, and Warren. We have our table set up. That's January 24th, 25th up at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks, and it's going to be great. My car will be up there, so we'll be giving interviews on my car. Kids can sit in it if they want, and get pictures if they want. I mean, it's from what I haven't been to motorsports yet myself, but from what everybody's telling me, it's an event that everybody needs to experience. So I'm really stoked about going up there and being a part of it.
And keeping your hearing would be nice as well.
No, we don't fire them up in there. We're going to push my car. I asked Earl that. I said, I don't have to drive this in, do I? Because no, they don't want anybody to drive. They don't want any fuel or anything like that.
No.
And I get it.
It's a clean run. Yeah.
No, we're pushing my car in because it's actually easier to push my car right now than instead of getting in and out of it. That's why I'm going to the swap meet on Saturday down at New Egypt.
Yeah.
See if I can find a new seat and harness restraints. And some tires.
I did have to laugh when they brought some car in, and it was a mile away from where the shop was, and you had to push it into the. Oh, I said, man.
Yeah, that was
You should put a towing charge on that.
That's my next door neighbor's Mustang. He's got a '66 Pro Stock Mustang. That thing's loud too.
He parked it closer to the station than he did your shop, I think. I don't know.
It'll be there again this year. It's a.
Hey, Joey Logano, can you come out here a little closer? Huh? Man,
it's a drag car. 66. That's my next door neighbor's father. It's a badass Mustang.
66 was a good year for that. Yep.
Good year.
Yep. I know the collectors are out there for that stuff, right?
Yeah, I was actually supposed to get him some racing gas. But down in New Egypt, he asked me about picking some up, but I didn't have the containers or anything like that. But I did find a guy in Trenton that has it, so I'm going to have to find out. And then we're doing some research on my car when Mark Yapel came over and was giving me a hand a couple weeks ago that my engine, even though it was built by Mark Bittner, can run on pump gas, which made me happy. Because again, I'm not going out there racing and trying to set records or anything like that. I need 110 octane gas.
Yeah, you can do it any place.
If I can run it on 94, maybe throw an additive in there, I'm more than happy.
Yeah.
So because that racing gas can be something like $30 a gallon from what I heard.
Yeah.
$25-$30 a gallon. I see it on Amazon, but I don't know. I'm kind of squirrely about shipping gas from Amazon.
Yeah, that's going overboard. I'd better leave that one alone.
Yeah, I don't want Temu gas or anything like that. Turns out it's kerosene.
Got Andy Granatelli there waiting for you. So I don't know.
But
that's a picture I can't imagine.
Yeah, but motorsports up in Oaks is going to be like our Christmas.
Yeah.
So a lot of cars, a lot of NASCAR. I mean, all divisions of racing. So we'll meet some good people.
Do they ever race to like old muscle cars? Something like Chevelles and things like that.
On the dirt track, well, I mean, you have street stocks, but they're pretty much whooped up
with the scoops and everything.
Yeah, well, Maple Grove does.
Yeah.
They'll have the drag cars. Actually, they have a couple events, testing tunes and stuff like that coming up there this weekend, and not this weekend, next weekend. And they do have pro stocks, and there's some pretty nice cars there. I'm not running my T-bucket because that's too light, and
I do get caught up in the nostalgia of it all. I think you think
there is
in
a whole
our day.
There's a whole class of that.
Yeah, and I don't know. You feel like if you got behind the wheel of a 1970 car, you feel like you're 17 again. That's what I have. I feel the same way.
Yeah, I'd like to get behind the wheel.
Low tech, and everything starts. Nothing burns out.
Yeah,
nothing. We don't have to send back to the
if it
shop.
burns out, it's a coil, so you just throw it back in there. We have
You're right. Just throw it back in.
We have a Nick on the line.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, he's a little shy, so bear with him. Okay, here we go. Nick, you're on. Go ahead.
Gentlemen, how are we this morning?
We are rolling, my man. We are rolling big time.
I hear that from listening. I mean, I got a little work release today, so I'm not in the landfill all day. I'm running back and forth from the city today. So,
all right.
Believe it or not, the AM feed is better than the FM feed. I can hear you longer on the AM dial than the FM dial.
There you go. Point being is you can always hear us.
We're loud.
Yes.
If we're loud.
I was very surprised that I had it on the FM feed and it started cutting out. I said, let me try the AM. It was when we were with Steve last night. Somebody called in and said they listened to it on the AM station, and lo and behold, crystal clear all the way up here at Bridge Street in Philadelphia.
Nice. There you go, Bridge Street.
Yep.
Wow.
That is about where you lose it, though.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it comes back, and then it's gone again.
Because a couple of times I'd leave an Eagles game, and I'm listening to Merrill, and it cuts out when I'm right around there.
Yeah. Well, tonight you'll have a chance.
Well, there you go. We had a great show last night.
Yeah.
I really appreciate Justin Whittle and Mr. Cecily calling in, and Mr. Riegelman called in. We had a really great show. It's getting bigger and better as we go, and we're having a lot. I'm having a lot of fun, so it's going to be cool.
Yeah, me too. We got a lot of irons in the fire, and they all seem to be taking flame. So.
Well, you're going to the swap meet this weekend. Yep. There is a swap meet. Flea market at New Egypt, and there'll be a lot of vendors there, I'm sure, but the weather's supposed to be nice, so you'll be able to get some tires there, Fred, and some parts, and
that's what I'm looking
hopefully
for.
you'll be able to get your seat, and if not, if you can't find what you need there, we know enough people, we should be able to get you some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It starts at 8 o'clock, so I'm going to be like first one down there because I'll get up early. So,
you get there early. That's usually when you get the best bargains. Sometimes if you wait until later, right before somebody's getting ready to leave, they don't want to take the stuff home, then you really get a good bargain. Because I'm going to load all this stuff in my truck. How about you give me this for this, and you get a whole table for like $20, and they're like, okay.
We'll see how that goes.
Monty Hall over here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. You go down in the beginning, then you go get lunch, and you come back, and the guy's table's still full. And he's like, I really don't want to take this stuff home. You were interested early. I'll sell you the whole table for $50. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go prepared. So,
all right.
But I'm looking. Yeah.
I have to go to a viewing. One of my good friend's fathers passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Bennett's dad, Gary, who was a really good guy.
Uh-huh.
Gary raced at New Egypt the very first year that New Egypt opened on dirt. Believe it or not, Gary had a stroke and hit the wall at New Egypt. Real bad accident.
Wow.
Recovered from that, drove a dump truck, and the poor guy wound up falling down and hitting his head while he was working, and he wound up passing away from his injuries. So I got to go pay my respects to Gary.
Most definitely.
But I mean, we've got some great things coming up for Wide Open Wednesday. Need for Speed's doing well. You're doing well with America's Mechanic. I got a superstar in the mix here, Mr. Boswell. You know what I mean? He's going to be a superstar. Once I get him to motorsports, the party's over, because once people get to know who he is and he gets to see motorsports, he ain't never going to be the same. He's going to be a totally different guy.
He'll always be America's Mechanic.
Yeah.
That's right. That's why I named it. That's his nickname, the Mechanic.
That's
when he
right.
gets announced at the racetrack, driving the C-141, the Mechanic, Fred Fletcher.
Wow,
Yep.
about that.
Absolutely.
Oh, I can't wait till I'm down in New Egypt and you're calling that for me.
Well, that may be calling it, and I'll be guys standing in victory lane with you. So
Yeah, we'll see about that.
have a good time, and hopefully that'll happen. One way or another is going to happen, because I'll be there with you, and I'll start up my own microphone, and I'll do my own interview in the pit, so that ain't a problem.
Yeah, it's all good. And we do have some good stuff. Like I was telling everybody earlier, follow us on our YouTube channel. WBCB's got a nice, Matt hooked everything all up. If you go to the WBCB YouTube channel or Wide Open Wednesday YouTube channel, I'm going to move some of them over to mine later today.
Okay.
So we're all over the place, and we definitely have some good topics coming up. The topic that we brought up with John Scarpati Jr. yesterday was a real hot topic. People were contacting me about that off air, and then they're like, "This needs to be done. This needs to be said."
Well,
and,
I mean, what a lot of people don't realize, Fred, is if they have a smart TV, the YouTube app is on their TV already,
Right.
and they can watch it like they're watching it on television. So just go to the WBCB YouTube channel, and you can watch all that stuff live like you're watching a regular television program. I done it for my brother the other day. So if anybody's listening and they want to watch the show, any of our shows, they can go right on YouTube, punch in Need for Speed, WBCB 1490, and it'll come right up, and they can watch all the stuff.
Yep. So we have some good stuff going, and Kate and Warren got their thing going, and we're going to include that. And we're going to build from here.
Got it.
Absolutely. And me and Mr. Foxwell are going to start a country hour together. and we're going to start doing all kinds of stuff. So,
Wow.
But I appreciate what you do, and I appreciate you, Jim, playing the country music. That's there's only two kinds of music in the world, country and western. Remember?
That's right. Jim Bob at your service from the Radio Ranch.
Jim Bob.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely. I listen to it every Thursday.
You bet.
So, all right, guys. Be
Okay.
good.
All right,
my man.
I'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right.
Take care of
I'll talk to you. Yep, see you.
Bye-bye. There you go. Well, he's a little shy, but he should overcome that.
I hope not. But it's
that's a character for you. But it's not phony, though. It's a real guy.
Speed. Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, 100%. Yeah. That's when I started the Need for Speed, and he was calling in, and then we were talking off air, and I'm like, why don't we expand on this? And he was like, oh, I'd love to do that.
Yep.
And then we started going back and forth, and now it is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's really starting to take off. We're getting a lot of good driver feedback and fan feedback.
Yeah, a lot of you think it's made up as you go, but no, there's a lot of prepared material you throw in there as well.
Kate does the preparedness, so all we got to do is read a lot of times. But we also go off our experiences, our past experiences of growing up with racing.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nick stayed with it the whole time. I was in it when I was a kid, then out of it, and then I'm back in it. But I have my lifetime friends like John Scarpati Jr. We have always stayed in touch, and he's always had a car. And his family and the Katonas grew up with with idolizing a lot of them. And we draw on a lot of our past experiences and our passion for the sport. And it really does show through. And a lot of people that are contacting Nick and I are saying, you guys do it a little bit different than some of the other guys do.
Yeah.
And we really, and people are responding to it. So we're going to keep doing what we're doing. motorsports may change me, but not that much.
No, the only thing I remember is the Flemington Speedway, and we'd be. You go by there, a lot of cars parked there. It's a lot of pretty good
on a Saturday night.
Solid attendance for as long as I can remember.
Yeah, everybody
I've been
was
living here
it.
a long time.
I can speak. Ewing Township used to empty out on a Saturday night and head up to Flemington because all my dad and his friends and
Flemington Furs and the racetrack. That's it, right?
That's all needed. Now there's outlets up there.
Yeah.
But
the 202, the 202 circle there.
Yeah, there was a good diner up there. There was also the Texas Wieners up there too.
Yep, 100 Central High. So those I do remember that. You remember the old way it was, but then the Flemington was
Circle Diner was great up there.
Circle Diner. Oh. You're right about that one. Yep. But it was almost farmland back when I can remember, like early 70s and stuff.
Yeah, you used to be able to drive all the way up. Now you can't drive in Route 31 up there. It used to take us a half hour to get up to Flemington. Is now taking us like an hour and 10 minutes.
There used to be a bumper sticker years ago. I drive Route 31. Pray for me.
Yeah.
I mean, that was. I remember that even in high school.
Yeah.
That is a long time ago. Anyway.
But, so the radio shows and our YouTubes and stuff are really going. Our multimedia, I should say, it's really, really going.
And
well.
one could feed the other, and you don't.
Yeah, and then Craig he's opened the studio up this week. So I'm going over probably tomorrow and do some videos, or maybe over the weekend, shoot some videos. We're going to shoot some Need for Speed, some
Good enough.
America's Mechanic, and then we'll take it from there.
America's Mechanic. I just run in my mouth and it becomes a household name. How about that?
I hope so.
I did that from Ted Turner, actually. His team the Braves were bad, but he said, people like watching the Braves, even how bad we are in Montana. Yeah. So we called himself America's team, and then America's Mechanic came.
Yeah, and then the Cowboys killed that.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that, all right? But hey, you got an hour of real power here with Fletcher's Garage with America's Mechanic and the Need for Speed and the cast of characters, and it's a lot of fun. Remember, you got the Wide Open Wednesdays, too. Wide
Open Wednesday from 5 to 6.
It's not enough days in a week for you. Yeah.
I'm loving every minute.
Terrific Tuesdays, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Wild
WBCB did all racing all the time.
Freaky Fridays. Thanks for listening here on WBCB.